Hello, welcome to Wild and Free, Philip van der Merwe, all the way here from Namibia. Van der Merwe is a poor surname. I love my country. I'm here to talk about the things that I love. It's motor cars. It's camping, it's wildlife, it's photography, it's being a man. I hope it's not too toxic, but that's it. I'm 56 years old, and I've decided one thing is, one shouldn't wait until you retire to enjoy life. You must enjoy it now, my brother. So even though I'm active and working still, I use my weekends either for working or adventure trips. I'm a lover of Japanese and American cars. I'm currently in the sales and marketing space of the automotive industry. Yeah, and so I love it. My cars that I'm driving my wife drives a RAV, and I drive a FJ, and then I drive a Hilux 48 volt, that mild hybrids. So I love it. I used to own a Ranger and the other Fords. So both brands is close to my heart. They helped build my career, and I will always stand with them. I've got a sweet spot for them. And I know you folks in South Africa and in Australia and New Zealand, you love those brands. But the media is in such a hype of the Chinese brands. So it's something we can't ignore, but we must consider a value proposition of those brands. You know, I see a lot of dealership groups are rushing to these Chinese brands, but they forgot to brought them there. And you can never sustain a full dealership or use those Chinese brands as a standalone brand. You will never see them standalone brands. So, and because there's no car park, okay, and these journalists that's praising these brands, it's driving me nuts, man. They drive these cars for 24 hours or 2 days or something, and then they advise people to buy them, the quality and stuff. They don't know nothing about the quality and the after sales service and the dealer network. So in terms of value in our brands, and I'm talking about Toyota and Ford and VW and the Korean brands, actually all Japanese brands. Mazda is not doing too well here in southern tip of Africa, and but we've got a lot of value in our brands, and we can easily lift your sales by 25%. You know, I always look at the guys and they expect the manufacturers to bring everything to the table, but we, as custodians of the brands, we need to bring our goods to the table in building our brands, and you can only do that through marketing and sales strategy and pipeline strategy. So I want to advise you guys, stand behind your brand and just go for it. And I actually see a big mess up coming in 4 years' time when those Chinese vehicles, and especially the EVs, that BYD and the other EVs are coming to the second-hand market. People won't have any value in those cars. You will see. And if you remember, in 2021, the supply chain on the Japanese vehicles were very poor. Okay, and also on Ford. So the market was down quite a bit. So there's very little used cars in the market at the moment, and that's stimulating the Chinese vehicles. So we just need to, guys, we must remember the roots of our brands, the Toyota brands and the Ford brands and the Volkswagens. We all adventure brands, you know. So we must build on that. We're adventure people, and hence the reason I love vehicles, and I love talking about cars and my experiences in the wilderness areas, and I love my FJ Cruiser, man. So I wonder if I will ever change it. You know, I was fortunate to get one with only 30,000 kilometers on. So I might switch it for a Land Rover Defender Octa. So, but anyway, so my weekends consist normally either I'm here at home and trying to do some work or try new stuff, photography, or I rework my photos. I will show you in my episodes that I will do later on, the stuff that I do and where the areas that I'm going in. So, but to get back to reliability of Toyota, so I would definitely not go with another vehicle than a Toyota or a Ranger into wilderness areas in Namibia. And I'm sure you folks in Australia will agree with me also, and South Africa also. So when you go into areas where no signal, you're lucky if your satellite phone is working. And would you take a BYD into that wilderness areas, you know? So there's going alone. It is okay for the journalists to take a BYD in, but do they ever show you the vehicle that's their backup vehicle? It's either a Ranger or a Toyota. So and I see they do a lot of tests, you know. Now they want to compete this BYD with a Raptor, okay, on a drag race. Who cares about the drag race, man? You know, so and take it onto a perceived 4x4 track. That track is so minimalist. I will drive it with a 4x2 RAV, you know. So, and then they do comparison tests. So, but these guys, will they ever buy one? Do they own one? You know, that's the questions you need to ask yourself. And what cars are they really driving? Okay. So, but to give you an idea, so I really think, like I said, to going to market is easy. Okay, so manufacturers are bringing the goods, they are bringing the incentives, they're bringing the supply chain, they're bringing the product, the quality. So, but we as dealers, we also need to bring the goods in. Instead of trying to outsell your same brand across the road, invest in your own branding, marketing, and your after sales, and how you handle your customers. They will always come back. We're in a very fortunate position to have a good car park. Okay. So, but anyway, so like I said, I love photography. I love camping. I just want to show you this trip that I did. It's in my FJ Cruiser Is man, I love that car, man. That's so smooth. I'm a real petrol head. Sorry, let me check here. Okay, this is the road going up to Swakopmund. As you can see, that's me and my wife moving forward. It was really, the thunderstorms were hectic that day. So there was areas that I drove on the road that I couldn't see the road. I had to go low range. We just went through, no cars on the road. She told me I'm crazy going in there, and it was really. I tell you now, this is no match where the areas we went into. So this is another part of the road. You can see how green it is. Normally, it's not that green in that area. So this is the savanna area leading up to the Namib Desert. And so this is still area. Some of these roads you can travel up 140, 150 kilometers an hour if you've got the right car. I normally put my car in high range and just go. We grew up here, so we don't have a problem in driving fast on gravel roads. My wife is sleeping there. So, but as you can see, man, I love the outdoor. I love the life, my lifestyle. You mustn't wait until you retire. Want to retire and enjoy your life, You must enjoy it now. That's one thing I taught my. Oh, look at that. That is the Kuiseb River. That's just one. How do you call it? One entry point of the river. So now look at that FJ. Okay, this is the river. This is the bridge that crossed the Kuiseb River. Normally that one is the one that's going in flood, but this one you will see now is upstream. But it was hectic. I couldn't pass there. And one thing you need to remember in Namibia is the rivers is very fast flowing here. So in rainy season, don't sleep in the riverbeds. You'll get washed away quickly. And so we couldn't pass. We couldn't pass there. The rivers was in flood. You can see there. This river leads up to it's a underground water source for the coastal town Walvis Bay and Swakopmund, partly Swakopmund. Look at that. That's life, man. Anyway, so I couldn't go through, so we had to go and look for another place to sleep. So we had to find a decent place. So we slept in a cave that evening, but it was quite enjoyable. Karen, my wife, she really enjoyed it. She said, so she says, always says I'm lying to her. I'm telling her it's going to be great and we're going to go into a lodge or hotel, and then we always end up in the wilderness areas. So normally as a rule, I just go alone and sleep wild in the riverbeds and stuff like that. So it's quite safe here in Namibia. Man, whenever you've got the opportunity to travel to Namibia, just take the time. It's great people, great wildlife. The pricing is not that bad. I think we 1 to 20 on the US dollar. So great place, man. Great place. So but that's it, man. I just wanted to check in. A friend of mine told me everything doesn't have to be perfect. When you want to start, just start. So I just start. I just woke up one day and one morning and I decided, now I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna talk about things I love. So thanks for checking in, and you're welcome to comment and we can build this channel out and talk together. And I really want to hear some some information in terms of the market going forward in Australia and New Zealand and the USA. And we're going to cover a lot of subjects, not necessarily about Chinese vehicles. It's not really on top of my mind every day. I just wanted to mention it, you know. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and hit the subscribe button. So because I'm going to try and post, let's say once a week at least. Okay. So enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the content, enjoyed the chat, and we'll chat again. Ciao!